What if we make a Chi boss tier list? That'd be pretty awesome.
Go
Am
get your food.
ready.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Okay, now I am, yeah.
Wait, if we're really gonna do this like the last one, I need to play the game in the background. So let me load up.
You're just
You can
gonna
start,
load the
but
game up?
yeah, I'm just gonna play Shadow of the Colossus. Let me pull it up on my phone so I know what iceberg entries you're talking about. I need to get a second monitor. Alright. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Awesome.
No, I cannot read this text on the sky. Okay. Now I'm ready.
So, the top of it's already a great start with Fem Argus. I have no idea what this means. Why
This
is it at
is
the top of the
actually kind of real. It
Why
is
is it at the
actually
top of the
kind of real.
iceberg? I do not know about this.
Propylaea is the current theory of what. Oh, why is the game just okay? Is the current theory for what quote unquote Parthenon is actually based on. In fact, I'll go walk there right now on game, not like you can see on the video.
Yeah, it's not like I have
In
it up.
yes, in Propylaea and in the Acropolis in general, there is a giant statue of I think Athena. So that's where that comes from. It's literally just that.
It's literally just that.
Yeah. It's
Hmm.
comparing Argus to the statue there. They don't look similar at all. They don't have the same weapon, if anyone's wondering.
Is
It's just
Varva
a neat coincidence.
is Varva mean spoon French like an actual translation?
No, it means beard in like Latin languages.
I know, but I mean, like, is it like a possibility that it actually does
No,
mean
I
beard?
just
You
fucking
just
made
made
it
it
up because
up?
I think French is a funny language.
I would believe it. That's the thing. I don't know French.
Oh, I have to go to the toilet and take a bubble.
Uh, and then Dallas Bird's missing in preview. That just
Yeah,
makes
so this is
sense.
actually interesting.
How
No,
is it
no,
interesting though?
it doesn't make sense. It is the only version they're not in. Nomad pointed it out a couple months back. You can literally load up any old version of the game, and then Valis will have the birds, like they've been in since basically the start of the game's development. But PSU preview does not have the birds. It is one version without them.
So they just find it funny to just throw it in there just to mess with someone in the future, you know? It's like, guys,
It's just weird.
just no
Like, yeah,
birds.
I wonder if there was like a bug in that version that stopped them from loading. It's really weird.
I mean, that one time Kitsune was useful. I feel like there's more than that at
Yeah, I
some
was gonna
point.
say since I think
Since then,
I'm
there's
pretty
been
sure
more.
I think I made this iceberg before the Felix incident happened.
Well,
Uh,
I wouldn't call that useful though.
well, it was useful if you wanted to break certain members of the community's sanity. Um, no, that's just me finding art that was posted by developers on
Oh,
Twitter.
that wait, this was that long ago?
No, this is iceberg is relatively recent. It's just that's
Oh,
mainly it's
I
my
wouldn't
only
call it
really
recent because
significant
I've been
contribution.
stalling so much.
Um, yeah, I found new Colossi concept art, which I'm still pretty proud of, including the first ever Colossi concept art, which is pretty fucking cool.
That's yeah.
Oh crap! I just got you
Why
demonetized. I'm
is this?
sorry.
Okay, so Worm wasn't just Dir's true. That's not a fact. That's made up. It's true. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I played Final Battle.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
play Final
well,
Battle.
yeah, look, I can't blame people for thinking it. Like, it's a giant sandworm. What's it gonna do? It's gonna act like Dirge.
Yeah.
But no, I am a little surprised it took so long to notice because, as far as I can tell, realizing that it was stationary happened when developer talks happened. I'm surprised no one real. I mean, it's not like I noticed either, but I'm surprised no one in this community, which is pretty good at researching, like noticed that it's clearly coming out of a hole in the ground in one image, so it looks stationary.
No,
But
I think it was because of the G1 slow column.
shut up. You know that thing I was ranting about yesterday? What if that's the explanation for the
It's
G1
just the
slot?
G1 slow column.
Yeah, I found that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I went a little crazy there.
No, that was hilarious. I loved it. Why the Forbidden Lands are in Brazil? Is that a true
Well, why else?
fact?
Why? Yeah, why? Mr. Ueda Colossus told me himself.
Really?
It's the
Mr.
reason there
Mr.
are so
John
many.
Ueda?
Yeah, Mr. John Colossus.
Mr. John
Um,
Colossus. Wait,
yeah,
what's
that's the
Canyon Ball?
um. It's an object mentioned in Sheets. Canyon being Avion's arena.
Oh, so it's just like an
It
object.
Yes, and given that it's an object, that means it was
You're really
part of a
going for
strategy.
scraps on this iceberg, huh?
What do you mean? Scraps. It's literally. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just pretend Nico Avion didn't have another strategy because that's what the community thought for a while. Nico Avion had its own strategy. I don't know what that strategy is. I don't think anyone does. I don't think Lord
I think my
knows.
mod has it
But
correct. I think that's what it is. I think that's what the
it
strategy
in
is.
isn't your mod just a reskin of current Avion?
What do you mean? It's like the
Um,
most advanced mod ever released. I don't know what you're talking about.
it is pretty good. But basically there was an even earlier Avion strategy than the stealth one, and that's the only explanation Canyon Pole really could have for existing. It would be literally one of the. Wait, what the fuck? Why is Argus spawning? Oh, I'm in demo mode, so I can spawn any boss. Or I guess I'm fighting a Fem Argus.
So
um,
is harpoon based weapon like an actual confirmed thing, or like
um,
you know?
it's not confirmed as in you'll find it mentioned in the art book by Ueda. It's confirmed by the fact that yes, it's a thing. Actually, no. Hydrus and Pelagia's concept art showed the spear. It had its and it
Oh
those
no,
old
I was being
style weapons.
stupid. I was thinking like base weapon, like you only have the harpoon. No, no, it makes sense.
No,
Like
no, no, no.
it's just a
It was just
default
part of
weapon that
it.
you have. Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, you had the
I
bow,
knew
the
that. I
sword, and
swear.
the
I swear. I
spear.
swear. Okay.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that. Yeah. The harpoon was part of the three. Again, I don't know why it got relegated to a time attack award. I liked when I asked a certain dev about this, and he was like, yes, it used to be a part of the thing, but it seems it's been added back as a special bonus surprise, like he was
It's
marketing it to
special bonus
me."
surprise. I like that
Yeah.
description. That's
Uh,
really fun.
but yeah, I'm not sure why it was cut. It would have been used for the water bosses. My instinct tells me it would have been also used for another Colossus that ended up getting cut, and that's why they decided to relegate
It
it to
was
time attack.
phalanx fish.
I mean, while Phalanx was a fish, yeah, it probably was used for it. Um, but yeah, the spear used to be a base weapon. That's why it's the most, I guess you would say, developed time attack item, as in it actually does something in gameplay. I guess the parachute does as well, but that was a really late addition.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would argue the swords also do things in gameplay.
Well, yeah, but they're still just fundamentally the sword, right? Like the harpoon
I mean, the
acts
sun
completely
sword
different.
has like a completely like it just works everywhere.
Yeah, that's just turning off a check and reducing its damage. Anyway, what's next?
Kubi Naga is early rock.
Yeah, so this one's pretty likely. There is.
I have no idea on this either way because I do not know anything about those guys. You know.
I think so. There is art from the art book that I think was labeled Bird 3 that looked similar to Rock. It had a long neck. I'm pretty sure Ueda described it as having a long neck, which is what Kubinaga basically translates to. It means like long
No.
necked. And as Leo pointed out, that art seems to have runes or glyphs on the wing, which he compared to Rock's frill. Now, I would say that alone is just baseless speculation, and I wouldn't put that on the wiki myself. I've never seen the boss do that. But there, that second set of leaks that happened that was much smaller on that like one Brazilian website.
No, I actually don't.
The ones that have the really really tiny pictures. Well, there's one of what's clearly Badlands, and again, this is like a 50 by 50 resolution image. Like it's really bad, but you can see what looks like rock, but it's got two orange glowing things, which I think would be the wings. So maybe Leo was onto something.
Maybe.
So that means Kubinaga is basically rock, but the weak point is the wings instead of the frill. Because Kubinaga wouldn't have had a frill.
Hmm. Lino notations. Is this just the funny circle? Is that what we're talking about here?
No, that's making fun of myself for drawing lines on everything and
That's
acting
what I'm
like a
saying. The
trooper.
circles, the lines, everyone does it.
I
It's so funny. I
was
love it every time.
I
So you can
love
see
how
how
the
good they are at drawing lines.
yes. I will still on my deathbed I will still believe that Spider was an octagon. Literally the only reason
Honestly, I'm
that's,
pretty
that's gonna
open to Octagon
I was
Spider.
about to say something dark.
I could see Octagon being real, but I just don't see enough proof in reality for that to exist.
I think that there are two images that prove it basically definitive. I'm honestly depressed that when that argument happened, I didn't notice, even think to look at the tentacle spider image. But like if you look at it and think about it logically, just in geometric space, that
So if
image
you use your
basically.
brain real quick, you can see that it's actually.
No,
Um,
I am like the thing, like slugs, right? The other images, except for the top-down one, which was the
they
one I
don't.
based my argument on, doesn't really let you see either way. They're like, despite Spider having the most images of any of the cut bosses, there is no clear shot of its heads. Well, even its head in general, it's usually either like only
It's
the
yeah.
tippy top of
It's
it,
either a small
or
part of it.
yeah, it's a small part of it. It's either from like really low down, so you can barely see it because the legs, uh, um,
Because Spider's
obscure
huge,
it.
so I mean, like in
Yeah,
my
exactly.
mod I'm working on, it's so hard to get good
Scale,
like
right?
pictures of and scale too. It's huge. Like I
No, absolutely.
like I
One of the
can't
biggest
you
ones.
can't comprehend it until you see it in game. How absolutely large it is. You know?
Yeah, it's like when I look at the Forbidden Lands in my Blender file, I forget how big some of these places are.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I think the tentacle spider image definitively shows it has to be octagonal. But anyway, the dark thing I was gonna say, the dark thing I was
Line
gonna say is
annotations, right? Right.
the
Tell me.
only reason I haven't killed myself is I need to live long enough to see my theory proven right.
Wait, is
It's
I
yeah, go.
hmm? Is I can't believe it even got twice. Is like the whole thing how it just keeps
Yes,
getting cut with like its actual
yes.
strategies that exist.
Well, it was a reference to
Because
that
there's
like one expanding brain meme I made because basically you could argue that Rock
yeah,
was
it
not
was
cut as a
Avion.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was instead Bird that got cut, and they just gave Rock's strategy to Bird's model and um, Arena. But then there's also Nico Bird, which would have had a different strategy with Pole, which also got cut. So yeah, Bird kind of went through a lot.
They can't get a break, man. And they
Can't
turn out
catch.
to be like most people's favorite boss too. That's the funniest thing about it.
Yeah, it's either that or Felrings. I think most people agree moment in the game.
Yeah.
What do we got next? It was a real mammoth. Um, yep, literally the first concept art of any boss was just a drawing of a really big mammoth that Numata-san drew.
Yeah. It's on the iceberg. Yeah, that's what I see it as. Hmm.
It's very cool art,
Yeah.
and it's crazy to think that, like, I mean, it makes sense though, right? Like when the idea of a game is fighting giant monsters, you wouldn't think, oh, let's make them out of stone and architecture and buildings. So yeah. Actually, fun fact that not many people think there is the wiki doesn't have it. I should probably add it. There is a caption version of that one concept art Numata made for the Nico Colossus, in which he explains what the designs are based on. One's a Star Wars inspired design. Um, The Nico Colossus that he went with, obviously, we call it Nico Quad, is designed to be a mammoth sheep hybrid. So I think that's interesting. It does look, yeah, yeah, but when you look at it, it's like, yeah, it kind of is. Like the horns are definitely more sheep-like. Yes, Mr. Wade, Underground Mystery. No, you know about this. That one wall that no, underground is Kuramori's arena. That one wall that is there. No, the one wall on the outside of the mountain that is always loaded, no matter where you are in the world map. The one that literally caused the Blackbird mystery. I still have no idea what it is. I don't even know how you would set up a, because obviously the shrines slow uses that system where it's always loaded. So I don't know how a random wall in underground of all places ended up getting that property. Uh, See, this is the thing, because it's a slow wall, it doesn't match the actual terrain once you load up the high poly version. So I'm pretty sure you can't even get it and get to it. I just died to Argus. That's the super duper early one. That's not even textured. It's from the production reel. Yeah, yeah. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Well, they look kind of cool. But the reason that one's a mystery strategy is it's constantly burrowing into the ground. So I'm not sure what you were meant to be able to do. Well, I don't think so because Dirge doesn't burrow into the ground once you're on them. Like Dirge has a specific phase of the fight. So yeah. Well, I don't have it anymore thanks to Weezy's magic. I have a build of the game that adds support for it. But yes, the game by default it does not have any way to support. Like it's hard coded to have a certain aspect ratio and number of icons in the boss icon textures. Replace them. Would you fucking edit the actual map texture to just oh my god, that's atrocious. It would have appeared regardless. Oh my god, that's atrocious. But I mean, it would have worked, but it also means they're always there. Well, technically, the way I've got to set it up, you can internally quote unquote kill them by loading the next boss. They use the if you kill Valis in the version of the game I've modded, it counts as killing all of them. It even kills Malice because Malice's icon is unused. It's there, it's supported. It's just the game doesn't let you open the menu at that point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, game's over. Rip Numata having to draw that icon. Nope, nope. Dirge has a body model and a head model. I don't know why. It just does. Mhm. Yep. Well, that's the thing, but it's not like I don't even know if one like I guess the head model is parented to the body model, and if that's true, then hypothetically speaking, if you go under the arena, um, to get to Dirge's floating like unactivated body, you should be able to climb on the head, but not the body, because child objects always have collision. Yeah, that's the video he had after all these years. He released it. I'm very thankful. Yeah, like even though it didn't have anything particularly interesting on it, um, it's neat. Yeah, and really, like I said, it's a memento of a bygone era. Like That kind of thing for people. Well, it's not just that. It's like you don't do that anymore. Like let's say Kaido wanted to set up that little event and have journalists come and see the reveal of the game. You can't do it anymore because everyone has smartphones and it would just leak in really high quality. So it's a shame. I still, as Slug was talking about, it is infuriating to know that there could have been cut bus footage shown at that event, especially Sirius. There is almost certainly video of Sirius in existence that was shown to someone. No, I'm just joking that they supernaturally appeared. I think it was Niwa-san that I think Niwa made them. I guess you could say they did disappear one day. They weren't part of the plan for a while, as far as I can tell. They definitely are a post reduction feature. You won't find, like, if you find a a build with. Oh my god! You know what I just realized? Oh, that's annoying. We can't even get a build from October anymore with 24 bosses because it'll have 21. You'd have to go back to sometime in September to get all of them. Oh. Oh, yeah, and I guess you'd still get the arenas. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. What we were talking about? Niwa made them. If you go to a build with cut class, they didn't exist back then. It'd probably just be the default one. I mean, even in the E3 demo, it still uses the default one, even though they're in the files. They're just not set up to work yet. Mhm. Yes, probably more obscure topics take more to talk about. Hmm. Oh, yes, you talk about. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Ghost of Tsushima. I actually don't know where this comes from. I don't know. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. You willed it into existence. The Pog Man. What the? Did you get your username? I thought I overused it in my thumbnails. You have to put Wonder Pog in the thumbnail for this. Just steal my brand. Local man can't stop Pog. Yeah, honestly, the funny thing is, the CG world like might actually be a more accurate Pog than Wonder Pog is. Like, I think it gets the expression down better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even. Yeah, I don't know who made it. Mhm. Yeah, Goose of Sushi. You say wait like I was part of it. Oh, I thought you just took over the main channel, which was even funnier. Would be even funnier. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Could you imagine if there was a BTFL Minecraft server? Oh god damn it! I want that, and it'll just be me. I got. It's me. It's like, oh, I'm gonna build Spider in this world as a tribute to one of my favorite cup bosses, and like I log off for a night and I come back and it's a hexagon. Become the Spider Wars have. Pretty po. That's just what I call Dolman's like energy and like the like smoky stuff. Could you imagine how terrifying it would be? Oh, sorry, I'm just getting to the quad like cutscene where he comes out of the thing. 1 in 1,000 chance to be scary quad instead. Like that would be scary. I want to mod that once we get that model one day. I I love it. You know what? Popek. What I'll say is you know how like people give the American Eco cover art shit, and yeah, it's garbage. Yeah, but you know what doesn't get enough shit. I can't believe I'm saying this. The Japanese Shadow of the Colossus cover art deserves a lot more shit. It literally is just a screenshot of the Valis fight. Just search up Wanda Tokyozu in. Well, you don't have Japanese keyboard enabled, I'm guessing. No, but look at it. It's literally just an unedited screenshot. At least like the I like the European. I like the European and American one more because it's not just thing. It shows like Aggro, who I would consider the second main character in the game. I would kill for like you know how you could pre-order in Japan and get the Nico DVD. I wish instead of using that artwork that Ueda made, for Nico for the DVD, I wish there was a version of the game with that cover art. I love that art so much. I actually got one of the posters because apparently they hadn't sold them out. They probably still haven't. So you can get it. Yeah, but if you want, there is a website that is selling officially licensed limited edition copies of the Nico art. The Eco one sold out sadly, which sucks. I still need the art book, and I am gonna buy the new one coming out, and I'll scan it for everyone. Anyway, what were we talking about? We've gone off topic. That game has Bubba in it, right? Why Bubba? Like that's all I think. Like it's such a weird. Yeah, I don't get it. Like you'd think they'd go with Knight or even like Malice or Valis. The real base decision, of course, would be Dirge. They should have added Dirge as a mask. That would have been the objectively correct decision. Okay. I think I went over this in one of my videos, so if anyone's watching this, you should check out my channel. Um, I have a video I have a video dedicated to this actually. The Nico DVD has historic trailers from the game's development, which pretty cool. It has one that it says is the 2004 Tokyo Game Show trailer. That is a lie. It is a modified version of it that removes the shot that shows Badlands. I interrogated Kaido on this question, and he had no idea why it was different. That's actually that lost quote unquote lost version. We can't really say it's lost because IGN did hand record it. But that version is the thing I asked a waiter about, and even he doesn't have it, which sucks. Well, no. It's not just the sound files. The sound files are evidence that there's a connection. Like one of the evidences that there's a connection. Oh, I've never done that skip before. That's pretty useful. Basically, I'm guessing no.2, that one boss that's mentioned, is Buddha. You just got to look at their concept art, the fact they're the most humanoid looking bosses, the fact they look pretty similar, same size. I think Buddha is a knight archetype, and they're listed together in the boss idol order. Not order, but groupings. Propylaia. Did I misspell it? Propylala. I don't know how it's meant to be pronounced. I just say propy. Yeah, one's a joke version of the other. Can you guess which one? I don't know why I put this on. I'm actually not allowed to share it. I don't know. It's info I can't share. I don't know. I don't know why I put it there. All I'll say is, how do I put this without getting in trouble? I mean, it's not like anyone would know. There was, I mean, okay, fact we know. No, fact we know explicitly. The game used to be a lot more connected to eco. We know that, right? It doesn't matter if Jay. I don't even think Jay knows about. No, he would, but he wouldn't be allowed to get mad at me for it because it's not their info. Um, I'll just say at one point there was a provisional idea for a certain geological feature to appear in a distant view in the Sea of Evis, which I'm guessing is the ocean past F8. I will leave it at that. Yeah, yeah. What do you mean Mario Kart goals? No, I don't know. It's just they appear in Eco, but they're also smaller in Eco. But I don't think that's a fair comparison. I don't know. They're just there. I mean, yeah. But if you believe mono equals queen, which I do these days, I think it's basic. At this point, I'm at especially if you look at that one horned boy statue, I think it's basically canon. Like, I used to be the same, but now I'm like, yeah, it's basically fucking canon. That there is a connection there. Yes, I found that actually. Yeah, I'm surprised I was the one that found it because I found it like early this year. It's the E3 thing related to the statues, and then yeah, I was the one that I asked him to send me just a list of all the functions in E3, and after pestering him, he acquiesced and was very nice to send me him. I was like, hey, Lisi, what's Boss Zao and what's Boss Zao Fire and Boss Zao like End? And he's like, what? I haven't checked those. And yeah, it turns out it's got to do with idol statues, and they might have caught on fire at one point. I well, I personally imagine it, considering Dorman's like color is aqua. I imagine it to be like blue fire. You know what? That's honestly probably reused from the boss cell function. As boss zoo function, sorry. How sick would it? How sick would it have been instead of like Avion's fire attack being orange? It was blue. Yes, this is the huh? No, the bull video was on the last one, but I literally said, this is the part where you edit me talking. Uh, yeah, I said I'm more like I said I think no. You know what? Play the clip.
It
I
looks
don't know
creepy.
if it's real. I'm more willing for it to be real than most people, I would say.
Eh.
I know Wanda's Factory's got an opinion on it.
On what?
There, Beck will edit the clip. Yes, I am assuming you have to do it now, otherwise the audience is going to be disappointed. But yeah, yeah, but yeah, I was goddamn right. The bull video was real. People talking, oh, it's Unreal Engine. No, that crap was real. And no, it was posted publicly, so I can say what it was. It was by Kazuhiro Numata. Yeah, no, it was posted on Twitter. That's why it's on the wiki. Yeah, he made it as so. You know the Nico trial movie, like the yeah, like like the boys hunting the thing. There was from 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 what I can gather from what Numata and Ueda was talking about on Twitter like 10 years ago, there was a part 2 to that storyboard which would have revealed Mono, and she would have been escorted across the bridge riding the bull. And it literally just reuses Agro's animations. Because Numata is a modeler and an artist, he doesn't really animate as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I think he was like wanting Atsuka-san to animate it, but then it got cut by that point. Well, I haven't asked Slug to animate anything for me, because Slug's not a real animator because they use IK. They don't animate everything. There are some things I would like them to animate, but I don't want. I've been too much of a headache to ask them things. And also, I'd feel bad because it's like anytime you spend animating Shadow Costa stuff for me, you could just be doing it for PTFL. They are. They're just not active. What was I gonna say? What? Are you talking about something on the thing? Oh no, the game wasn't even playable. Isn't referring to the Nico thing. When the game was shown off for the first time in September. Well, not even that. No, Kaido like wrote on Twitter how he got in trouble for showing the game when he did, and how he said like I have such a talent for like showing for like making something look more finished than it was. It turns out he was completely right. Like the game was a lot less finished than we thought back when there were like 24 bosses. Like as I've said, I don't think there was a boss order. I don't think you could kill a boss and then get teleported back to the shrine and then thing. I don't think that was a thing. I think you had to use debug to load a boss, which is insane to think about. Oh no, no doubt. But like the idea that bosses weren't loadable on the seamless normally, and like it's just crazy to me. Even like it was less than it was just over a year from release. That's insane to me. Yeah, Krim, massive fan of this. Yeah, Krim. Yeah, we'll leave it at there. Yeah, it's shout outs to actually reading what the captions in the art book say, and shout outs for not assuming you know what yeah, shout outs to not assuming you know the concept art better than the developers who were paid to write about it. Yeah, there was. I doubt they even came up with 48 in concept art. Like Well, he said they didn't even start like coming up with strategies and designs at that point. So there weren't. There probably wasn't concept. I think if there were 48, it was literally just names. Like, oh yeah, we'll do a Goose Colossus. Yeah, here's Dirge. Oh no, there's a file in the game that when translated, it literally just says this is test, this is test, this is test. No, you know what it is? You know no 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 no. You know what's named for that? The goddamn old Wonder beta heads in the E3 demo. They are called this is test one, this is test two. They literally called that. Yeah, that too. Because I say Ueda because he was the one who modeled Wanda. So those were probably a test for the like damage system where Wanda becomes more scraggly. Well, it was set up to for boss Zao. Like that's what the player heads are used with, as far as I'm aware. A boss. So sorry. No, no. Yeah, you haven't found the one texture that says Joker Iceberg. Yeah, no, they can't talk about it because it's actually all leaked information. Seaman of Evis is leaked information. Yes. Why? What's wrong with it? I was talking to. No, no. There are multiple. You literally see it in Eco. What are you talking about? It gives off hit energy. No, oh, what? You? I didn't realize the USA version doesn't have the plot point of the whole game where Yorda is gonna be the next queen's like body. Who can forget that the US version removed the final boss? Stage 09 source file combination. For some reason, Stage 09 has a file named source, even though it was Stage 09 is underground. Uh, no, I'm not saying he's trans, but he is very androgynous. It's just the name for the. What didn't they say? Like at one point, Breath of the Wild had like a huh? No, I'm pretty sure at one point Breath of the Wild had a straight up female Link. I swear they mentioned it. Well, no, when it was first shown off, everyone thought it was a girl because you know. Well, no, but Breath of the Wild Link is just incredibly andro, so I can see how people made the mistake. I swear there was an interview somewhere where they said they did consider making him a girl. The woke Nintendo have ruined Link. I can't believe they feminized Zelda. What? What? Oh, sorry, the trans spider thing cut off the things. Missing mammoth designs refers to the fact that we basically only see that really early mammoth design and then scary quad, when there's probably at least one design in between that. Just logically. Alright, countdown final two dot SWF, is that what a shockwave file is, which is a flash file? That was that was our cool countdown on that one website. That was it was basically Sony it was in Japanese and it was like Sony Interactive Entertainment invites you to see two new games from our studio, and the games that were shown were Genji Dawn of the Samurai and Shadow of the Colossus, or Wonder Tokyozo. Wait, does Genji actually suck? Oh. I've come to the conclusion that it'd probably be worth me looking for like development interviews for of Genji to try and find like if Shadow of the Colossus was mentioned as well. Okay. Uh, just- okay. Godaberry found a file called Taco Damage Test. Taco. Uh, Now I will say this: since I've made this iceberg, I have talked to someone who would know if there was one. Yes, that person does not know anything of an octopus boss. So my theory now is that Taco was a nickname for one of the devs. You know, but I don't. I've looked at all the listed names in the credits, and there were some other people that worked on the game that weren't credited. But I don't see anyone whose name could really be shortened to Taco. Yeah, I guess, but it's like there's like a lot of damn files that are like shortened for the guy that worked on it. I forget who was it was. Anyway, so you think the other three are jerks? No, this is not real. You're gonna hate the one that's real. Uh, yeah, everyone knows that every frame the game calls a function that has a 1 in 1,248,000 chance to spawn Dirge, regardless of where you are. It can even happen in the opening cutscene. Just a messenger from behind suddenly starts playing. As a result, too, that means Dirge is constantly loaded behind the camera. Well, aggro is actually done like that. She's not present. She's always behind the camera. That's how she can teleport. No, that one was a joke, Beck. I'm sorry, you're gonna be so upset about the one that's real. Yeah. He's on the fight logs. He's on the fight logs. No, that one's obviously just a silly joke. Pre-Shadow of the Colossus Queen, which it also means pre-Eco Queen because Shadow of the Colossus is a prequel. Why the hell does Dorvan call the Queen Sword the Queen Sword when the Queen doesn't exist at that point? Maybe there was a Queen. No, shut up with your logic. I reckon this is like an actual theory of mine. This is an actual theory of mine. No, no, it's not like a kit theory where I think this was intended, but I think based on this based on the storyboard and a specific phrasing that mentions having great figures and magical beasts, obviously the Colossi, which seems to draw a comparison that there were incredibly powerful people in the Dorman tribe, I don't think it would be unreasonable to say that they were ruled by a queen. And that queen could have ended up being reborn in Mono and became the queen in Eco and then became Yorda. Yes, they do. What the fuck do you mean? They don't have the sun in the Forbidden Lands. As I do that, my game immediately goes to the nighttime mode. That'd be a fun mod, actually. I need to do that. I'm telling you, you gotta hear me out. It would be. I'm telling you. And then the master of the master of the valley is the queen as well. That's a joke. I don't know where Last Guardian is. Video ends on me saying master of the valley is the queen.